this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
He's still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan has reacted to Manny Pacquiao's new training footage at 46 years old, calling it unbelievable. He said that it's crazy how Pacquiao, despite being close to 50, still hits hard and moves like a much younger fighter. His speed, power, and sharpness haven't faded, and he still looks incredible.
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Joe Rogan says Manny Pacquiao is a whole different man. He doesn't rely on trash talk or hype. He proves everything inside the ring. Even at 46, his discipline, speed, and power speak louder than words. Pacquiao remains focused, humble, and dangerous, showing he's still a force to be reckoned with.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Recent training footage of Pacquiao has stirred more discussion. A brief clip shows him hitting pads with sharp focus and unexpected speed. His punches land in fast combinations, and his movement hints at the same elusive footwork that once gave elite fighters serious trouble. Even at 46, there's a spark in his rhythm, a reminder of the explosive style that made him a legend in the ring. Joe Rogan has often expressed deep admiration for Manny Pacquiao's extraordinary boxing career, highlighting Pacquiao's unprecedented feat of capturing world titles in 8 different weight classes. Rogan emphasized how rare and impressive this accomplishment truly is. He marvels not only at the sheer number of titles, but also at Pacquiao's remarkable speed and agility, especially for a fighter of his size. Rogan famously compared Pacquiao's legs to tanks, praising the power and endurance they provide. This combination of speed and strength made Pacquiao a unique force in boxing, capable of overwhelming opponents across multiple divisions.
Oh yeah,
Destroy.
Manny Pacquiao. He
Fucking just
won world
destroy.
titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like
Yeah.
that I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to him. He was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
It's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before them when it did. You know?
Well, it also took place when Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
Rogan has also speculated on how explosive a fight between Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather could have been if they had met earlier in their primes. He believes that the encounter would have dominated the internet and social media, breaking records and captivating millions of fans worldwide. His comments reflect not only admiration for Pacquiao's skill, but also an acknowledgement of the magnitude of his legacy. According to Rogan, Pacquiao is more than just a great boxer, he's a cultural phenomenon whose success transcends the sport.
Late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that.
And he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Combat analyst Ryan Campbell provides an insightful perspective on Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46. Campbell points out the inherent difficulties of facing a younger, stronger champion like Mario Barrios, drawing parallels to George Foreman's famous comeback. Campbell suggests that age doesn't always tell the full story. In boxing, history has shown that veteran fighters can sometimes ignite a last burst of greatness in a single, unforgettable performance.
8 division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC is going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Campbell also evaluated Pacquiao's physical tools in his current form. Although the fighter is clearly past his prime, he retains a level of speed that remains competitive with many average fighters today. Campbell notes that while Pacquiao's explosiveness has diminished, his hand speed and footwork still provide him with advantages over less skilled welterweights. The boxing community remains divided on what to expect from Pacquiao's upcoming fight. Some fans are optimistic, believing that his instincts and ring intelligence remain sharp enough to deliver a respectable performance. On the other hand, many recall Pacquiao's last fight, which took place 5 years ago and did not showcase his former dominance. This blend of hope and concern captures the uncertainty surrounding this return as people try to balance respect for his legacy with realistic expectations of his current abilities.
Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was a one-time, one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole.
Speculation is rife that the fight against Mario Barrios is only the first step in a planned comeback. Rumors circulate that a victory over Barrios could set the stage for a blockbuster showdown with Gervonta Tank Davis. Some suggest that Barrios was deliberately chosen because he presents a winnable challenge, allowing Pacquiao to build momentum and hype for a larger, more lucrative fight. This strategic matchmaking is common in boxing comebacks, where initial fights serve to gauge a returning legend's condition and marketability.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year, so he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez.